Have you ever had a day that looked ordinary from the outside, but inside everything felt wobbly, like the floor had turned to soft sand? I remember standing at my kitchen counter, kettle just beginning to hiss, staring at an email thread that might open a door and another that was an extension of a current project. I kept telling myself, just pick a direction, and a second later, don't move yet. It wasn't a crisis, more like weather you can't predict. If you know that slow, uneasy stretch between what was and what isn't yet, this is for you. We're talking about the messy middle, why uncertainty rattles even smart, capable people, and how to keep moving without pretending it's easy. Before we start, if you want a gentle companion for this season, grab my free guide, The Edge of Enough. It's designed to help you figure out how to move forward. There's a link for you below. Welcome. I'm Jane. I help midlife career changers, especially women who didn't plan on starting over, move from the stress of job loss to designing a life that feels whole again. Around here, we tell the truth about what uncertainty does in our bodies, and we practice tiny shifts you can use today. Let's name what's actually happening in the messy middle. Your mind is built to predict. It likes patterns. It likes next steps. It likes to know roughly where the road goes. When the map gets blurry, your inner alarm doesn't label that interesting. It labels it as maybe danger. So your body quietly ramps up. Your breath lives a little higher in your chest. Your shoulders inch toward your ears. Your attention skitters to anything that might feel like control. Refresh, refresh, refresh. That doesn't mean you're dramatic. It means your protection system is awake. Time feels weird here too. A choice that's really a 90-day decision starts to feel permanent. Your thinking narrows into either or. You begin to believe there's one right answer and one wrong answer, and the stakes balloon until you freeze. If you've been under stress for a while, that narrowing happens even faster. Your window of I'm okay shrinks, and little bumps feel like cliffs. The old story many of us were given: be decisive, be fast, be available. And the fog can feel like failure when really it's just a season without a clear view. None of that makes you broken. It makes you human. A human in a prediction gap, with fast fix habits and a nervous system that would really like a guarantee. Once you see the pattern, you can begin to help yourself in small, specific ways. Create tiny closures so your brain can stand down. Widen your window by a breath or two, and give yourself permission to move without perfect information. If you want a nudge here, The Edge of Enough has short reflections that help you hear which part grabs you most and how practical exercises. Use it today, alongside this conversation. The link is below. Let me tell you about a week I almost chose the wrong door just to make the fog stop. I had a steady project in the works and a shiny offer that looked safe. Every cell in my body wanted to pick quickly because decided felt better than unsettled. I caught myself cleaning the junk drawer at 9 p.m., which is my classic move when I'm avoiding a feeling. What helped wasn't a grand plan, it was a small map. I sat at the table with a notebook and drew 3 columns: what I can control, what I can influence, and what I can only witness. Under control, I put the next 2 hours and how I speak to myself. Under influence, I wrote a clarifying question and the name of someone who could give me context. What does enough look like? And my best friend Mary. Under witness, I listed other people's timelines and the market's mood. Just naming it dropped my shoulders a notch. Then I set a timer for 15 minutes and worked on the part I could control, the clarifying question. Nothing outside changed. The fog inside thinned. I hadn't solved the middle. I'd made it livable. That's the shape we're after. Livable. Not perfect clarity, not certainty on command. Livable, so you can keep moving without burning yourself down. Let's practice a few simple things together. Pick the one that fits you today. Start with your body. Inhale for a quiet count of 4, then let the exhale be longer, 6 or even 8. Do that twice. Longer out breaths tell your system that it doesn't need to gear up for a fight. You will sound different afterward. Pair that breath with one sentence you'd offer a friend in your shoes. Of course this is hard. You're allowed to move slowly and still be brave. Say it out loud. Now give your mind a place to stand. Choose one next step that takes 15 minutes or less. Not the whole decision, just one step. Set a timer and just do that next step. For instance, I will decide on Thursday, then email the sender to let them know. When the timer ends, recognize that you have made progress, because progress in the middle is traction, not speed. If your brain loves to run scenarios, schedule them. Give yourself a worry window. 5 minutes in the late morning and 5 in the late afternoon. Outside those windows, when a what if knocks, write "not now, I'll meet you at 1 o'clock" on a sticky note and lay it next to your keyboard. You're not denying fear. You're making an appointment with it. What's one thing you can control this week? One thing you'll practice, and one thing you will witness without trying to fix. Tell me in one sentence in the comments. Your line might be exactly what someone else needs today. Thanks for spending time with me. If this helped, would you share it with one friend who's standing in her own fog? You might give her the steps she needs to take. I'm Jane, and I'm grateful you're here trying to figure this out too. I'm here while you take the next step. And remember that even small steps will get you to your destination. See you next time as we explore finding your friends after a job loss.